we are continuing with the 500 greatest albums of all time by NME, and today we have number 300 to 201. So let's see what's on there. I was not really impressed by the first two lists. They were kind of, they had some good songs on there, but not all of them. So there we go. Number 300 is The Who by Numbers by The Who. Actually a really enjoyable album by them, a bit underrated because it came out after all of their fantastic records. And this is still pretty good though, but it's not, those records. Still is good, but it's not the best as well. I won't put it on a 500 greatest all-time list, but hey, there we go. Number 299 is. Oh wait, did I do this already? I believe I. I believe I didn't. So yeah, let's just continue. Number 299 is 60 Lovers Lane by the Go-Betweens. Number 298 is Duck Rock by Malcolm McLaren. 297 is Ice Bamyazi by Ken. Number 296 is Let's Dance by David Bowie. Actually one of his first songs that I've heard. Really popular song. I'm not the biggest fan of his 80s output. His 70s output is still arguably his best, but still a lot of fantastic songs after that. Number 295 is Doggy Style by Snoop Dogg. Never was the biggest fan of Snoop Dogg. His debut album is, I believe, still his most acclaimed. And his most acclaimed album is named after a sex position. It's so fucking dumb. It really is. Number 294 is Myths of the Near Future by Collections. 293 is Camera Highland Hard Rain by Aztec. Or Highland Hard Rain by Aztec Camera. 292 is The New Fellas by the Crips. 291 is Younger Than Yesterday by the Birds. 290 is Expecting to Fly by the Blue Tones. 289 is The Modern Lovers, Jonathan Richman and the Modern Lovers. 288 is Music of My Mind by Stevie Wonder. 287 is Raining Blood by Slayer. I actually got this record a few days ago. I'm gonna grab it. My collection is racking up at the moment. It really is. Raining Blood by Slayer. Of course, a really classic album by them. Arguably their best one. I think I prefer the debut album. I think I prefer Seasons because this is such a short and chaotic album. Still a really fantastic album though. It still is one of the best heavy metal albums ever made. And I'm glad it's on there. I really do. Because I believe Rolling Stone didn't have Slayer on their original list, so yeah, there we go. 286 is Dust by Screaming Trees. 285 is Midnight Love by Marvin Gaye. 284 is 13 songs by Fugazi. 283 is Roxy Music by Roxy Music. 282 is Grand Prix by Teenage Fanclub. 281 is My Aim Is True by Elvis Costello. 280 is Drugs by Avex Twin. 279 is Trout Mass Replica by Captain Beefheart and the Magic Band. I've heard of this album before because of Canadian Studmuffin. Really weird looking album cover, but I believe it's pretty good, from what I've heard, so there we go. 278 is Cut by the Slits. 3 naked women buried in mud on an album cover. It looks pretty slutty, but I'm not complaining, so yeah, check it out. Yeah, those are not, ugly women, so check it out, really. 277 is Reading Writing Art Mag by the Sundays. 276 is Ocean Rain by Echo and the Bunnymen. 275 is Quadrophenia by The Who, really acclaimed album. I believe this followed up. Yeah, this followed up Who's Next. Really fantastic follow up. You know, it is not Who's Next. It's a bit of a longer album. Still a great record, I would say, with I believe Pete Townsend on the cover, or I believe a skit or something like that. Still really love it though. Really fantastic album by a fantastic band. So there we go. 274 is Green by R.E.M. 273 is The College Dropout by Kanye West, because you know he's too dumb to finish it. And that is all I'm gonna say. 273 is Parachute by Coldplay. 272. Yeah, you know, really interesting album. I did say in the past that I do enjoy me some Coldplay, and I'm glad to see them on here. Maybe it's a bit of a controversial pick because you know Coldplay isn't the most acclaimed band, but I do love Coldplay. I do love their first 5 records, I would say. I even love Milo Xylotor now, so yeah, pretty great records. Oh shit, I clicked back. Can I go to Coldplay again? Well, no, I can't. Shit, I've lost the account. Where the fuck am I? And I got a message, I believe. No, I didn't. Where the fuck am I? What? I got way ahead of the list. Oh yeah, here we go. The Wanking West, Coldplay. Can I go to... Whoa. 271 is Loaded by the Velvet Underground. Fantastic album cover, fantastic album in general. Really weird to see it, you know, one spot above Coldplay. That is a bit... I wouldn't say it's an insult, but it's really weird to see, you know, Coldplay and Velvet Underground following each other. Really weird, but still a really great album. I love the album cover, you know, with with the smoke coming out of the staircase. Just really fantastic album. The last great record that we got from them. Rest in peace to Velvet Underground. 270 is The Kings Are the Village Green Preservation Society by The Kings. Yeah, I've reviewed it. It was a great record. I'm not the biggest fan of the Kings, I must say, because they are a bit... They don't, you know, don't have that cringy, or don't have the riffs, or don't have the prog side to them, which I really love. But they don't have that, but they still are a fantastic band nonetheless. 269 is Skying by The Horrors. 268 is Todd by Todd Rundgren. 267 is Stupidity by Dr. Feelgood. 266 is A Rush of Blood to the Head by Coldplay. Yeah, I believe the last record that they're gonna put on here. I would love to see X and Y and maybe Viva La Vida on here as well, which are great. Yeah, Rush of Blood to the Head is easily their favorite, their best, I would say. You know, has the best songs on it, has the best flow, the most emotion on it. Really fantastic record. If you think that Coldplay is generic, then put this record on. You will not you will not regret it. You know, if you like great pop music, then there we go. 265 is Celebrity Skin by Hole. 264 is Please Please Me by the Beatles, the first Beatles album to appear on the list. And it is their debut record, fantastic debut album. Yeah, I wouldn't put it on one of my top 10 debut albums of all time list, you know, in rock. I wouldn't put it there. But still, you know, it still deserves an honorable mention. Still is a fantastic record nonetheless, and you know, it's created the Beatles, so you only can love that. 263 is I Speak Because I Can by Laura Marling. 262 is Criminal Minded by Boogie Down Productions. 261 is Live by Bob Marley and the Wailers, a live album. Yeah, music fans said there were no compilation albums on this list, but there are gonna be some live albums, which, you know, it's kind of debatable to put it on there, but you know, they still are a legendary band. Bob Marley still is one of the most loved musicians to date, so you gotta love that. 260 is The Specials by The Specials. 260 is Yo Bum Rush the Show by Public Enemy. 258 is 5 Leaves Left by Nick Drake. I believe he only has 3 records or something like that, but the records that he has are really acclaimed. So I want to pick up, you know, Nick Drake because he is really acclaimed, stuff like that. Really heard good things about him, so 257 is The Bozeman Call by Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds. 256 is This Year's Model by Elvis Costello and the Attractions. Oh, and they actually say it is 25th, but that's not true. That's a bit of an error there, but 255 is The English Riviera by Metronomy. 254 is Meat is Murder by the Smiths. Really fantastic album. I don't know why they repeat the kids, with Meat is Murder on his head 4 times on the record. I don't know what that is about. But still a really good record to check out. Really honest, really brutal lyrics. Not brutal as in metal, something like that, but still a really enjoyable album to check out by the Smiths. 253 is Axel on Main Street by Pussy Galore, and this is, I believe, a joke on Axel on Main Street by the Rolling Stones, which is gonna appear on this list later. Probably. If not, that would be a fatal mistake by NME. 252 is Visions by Grimes. 251 is Surf Soul by Beach Boys. 250 is Weezer by Weezer. Definitely an album that I believe I have, but it is it is in my collection, but I cannot find it at the moment. So definitely an album that you want to check out. It is fantastic. It's basically flawless. Yeah, it's also easily their best album. So if they have Pinkerton later on the list, it would be pretty inaccurate because their debut is still their best album. I still love Weezer, by the way, but definitely they peaked at their debut. That's a tragedy for some bands out there. 249 is The Fat of the Land by Prodigy. 248 is the Slim Shady LP by Eminem. Not a big fan of Eminem, but this is, I believe, one of his best produced records, one of his best records in general. So I can appreciate that about him, but I'm still not a fan of Eminem, and he still just kind of gets worse every year. So there we go. 248 is Glass Vegas by Glass Vegas. 246 is Unplugged in New York by Nirvana. Yeah, definitely one of the greatest live albums I've ever heard, together with Live at Reading, which came out in 2009. Both records I really love. If I have to choose a favorite, well, I love heavy rock, but I also love acoustic Unplugged, and Nirvana definitely was the best act to do that, live. So if I have to choose a favorite, this is really difficult though. Well, I cannot choose at the moment, but maybe this one. Yeah, I would probably pick this one because it's so chill to listen to. A really fantastic record. Hopefully Live at Reading is gonna appear on the list as well, but probably not. Because, Unplugged is a bit more popular and a bit more acclaimed. 245 is Fuzzy Logic by Super Furry Animals. 244 is Smother by Wild Beasts. 243 is The Hissing of Summerlands by Joni Mitchell. 242 is Off the Wall by Michael Jackson. Fantastic pop record. Arguably together with Thriller his best record. Just really fantastic follow up to his Kids records, which were just kind of mediocre. And this being just flawless. I really love this record. Check it out if you haven't already. 241 is Ray of Light by Madonna. Fucking slut. I was never a big fan of Madonna. I believe Frozen is on there. The Frozen song, which is pretty good. That's probably the only song by Madonna that I actually like. But yeah, definitely, really overrated artist, and I don't have to see her again on this list, hopefully. 240 is New Boots and Panties by Ian Dury. 239 is Boy in the Corner by Dizzy Rascal. 238 is Show Your Bones by Yeah Yes. 237 is The XX by The XX. 236 is Suicide by Suicide. 235 is Murder Ballads by Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds. 234 is Behavior by Pet Shop Boys. 233 is Down in Abalone by Baby Shambles. 232 is Songs of Leonard Cohen by Leonard Cohen. 231 is The Chronic by Dr. Dre. Yeah, you know, definitely, I don't like rap. This is definitely one of the records that is still alright. I guess I'm still not a fan of Dr. Dre, but I believe his debut album is his most acclaimed. I believe this is his debut record, I'm not sure. You know, who knows? Probably a big fan. You know, I'm not a big fan, but probably a big fan knows it. 230 is Aladdin Sane by David Bowie. 229 is Metal Box by Public Image Ltd. And this was one of the records that actually, you know, Johnny Rotten was on again, which was really acclaimed. I'm still, you know, I still hoped that Johnny Rotten would make more Sex Pistols record, but he didn't. And this is still an enjoyable record for what I know, but yeah, definitely, you know, his Nevermind record, Nevermind the Bollocks, is definitely the best that he ever did. I believe he only made this and that record, so there we go. And a few more, but they weren't really acclaimed. 228 is Brighten the Corners by Pavement. 227 is Imagine by John Lennon. Definitely a classic album in his discography. I believe one of his, well, not one of his last, but definitely one of his most acclaimed. The title track is an, you know, unforgettable classic, which just, you know, is fantastic. Yeah, you know, and the entire record is just great to listen to. Although a bit overrated, I would say, but it's definitely still classic. 226 is The Doors by The Doors. Yeah, I would say one of my favorite debut albums of all time. Just really flawless record. Has a lot of great songs on it. The End, Light My Fire, Break On Through, The Crystal Ship, Whiskey Bar, something like that. Just so many fantastic songs on this record. Check it out if you haven't already. And I believe I have this record as well. No, don't lie. And that was my collection right there. But yeah, I do got it. Yeah, there are some bonus tracks on this. Fuck. I never liked them when they put bonus tracks on there. And it is one CD. So you just have to kind of sit through those bonus tracks, but it still is a great record. I still really love it. Yeah, great stuff. Love it. 225 is Electric Warrior by T-Rex. And he actually looks like a T-Rex, you know. When you film him from down under, he really looks big and he looks like a T-Rex. So that's pretty interesting. He is also pretty old, so I believe he's one of the first metal guys that ever played metal, something like that. I believe he's pretty metallic as well. 224 is Heaven Up Here by Echo and the Bunnymen. 223 is Neon Bible by Arcade Fire. Yeah, of course not as acclaimed as Funeral. You know, Funeral is always going to be the trademark album. But this is still a really fantastic follow-up. I believe it was the follow-up to Funeral. Great title, great album cover. The meaning is probably pretty controversial, but you still gotta love it. It's Arcade Fire. 222 is Fever Ray by Fever Ray. Yeah, nothing to say there, so I did not know why I paused that. 221 is Broken English by Marianne the Faithful, and yeah, that is definitely relatable for me. Broken English, pretty accurate. 220 is Alligator by The National. 290 is Almost Cons by The Jam. 218 is Primarily Colored by The Horse. 217 is Lust for Life by Iggy Pop. I believe one of his most acclaimed records. Yeah, you know, I do like Iggy Pop. I did say that Iggy Pop was one of the few artists that I actually like in punk music, so you gotta appreciate that. Yeah, so check out Iggy Pop. He is a fantastic artist, still gotta love him, and yeah, he's a classic, of course. 1977, at the peak of punk music. 216 is Power, Corruption and Lies by New Order. Another great record by New Order. Yeah, you just got a lot of New Order. They have so many great records, and this is just only one of them. Another one of them. 215 is Mezzanine by Massive Attack. 214 is Moon Survivor by Air. 213 is One Nation Under a Groove by Funkadelic. 212 is Youth and Young Manhood by Kings of Leon. 211 is Night Clothing by Grace Jones. 210 is 69 Love Songs by the Magnetic Fields. 209 is The Kick Inside by Kate Bush. Yeah, I actually reviewed some Kate Bush records, so I definitely am curious to see what where this is going, this record, because I do love Kate Bush, great artist. 208 is Risque by Chick. 207 is the infamous, well not infamous, but the legendary Pearl by Janis Joplin. Of course a classic record by her, I believe a posthumous release. Really classic album cover as well, where she sits on the chair, just singing her heart out, just really great. Yeah, classic record by her once again. Unfortunately her last record, but what a record it is. 206 is Slanted and Enchanted by Pavement. 205 is Straight Outta Compton by NWA. Yeah, one of the records rap acts that I actually don't hate. This is still a really classic rap act, of course. But yeah, of course they kind of spawned it, so you gotta hate them as well for creating it. But you still kind of enjoy them for for the originality, I guess. 204 is Bad by Michael Jackson, of course, a classic pop album release. I wouldn't put it above The Wall, but it still is a great record by Michael Jackson, the king of pop, and the track listing is really consistent, and I really just love the album in general. It's just really great stuff. 203 is Teen Dream by Beach House. 202 is Maxine Quay by Tricky, and number 201 is Hex Induction Hour by The Fall. Yeah, that was it, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Almost for more videos like this one. Hope you've enjoyed it. Let me know what you think about the list. This was another one of these lists that I just kind of, was meh with. Didn't hate it, but I didn't love it as well. So that was my opinion on the list. Let me know yours in the comments down below. I've been honest. Let me know what you think about this list. Enjoy. Have a nice day. Peace. Stay safe. God bless and take care.